Hello everybody, welcome. Here I am out in the fucking grass and shit, mate. That's where I was not long ago on the LSD trip report. I think it's like the third video on my channel. I stood at the other end going, imagine looking at this when you're tripping. But the thing is, when you're not tripping is you don't even see it. So this is something that's very, I've been meaning to say for a while actually. It's like, just because I understand it on my end doesn't mean that you can understand it, especially when it comes to psychedelics. It's like, I can't communicate the profundity, and everybody knows this. If you know anything about psychedelics, you understand that you can't actually really communicate the experience because there's no words for it, because that's how alien it is. So when I'm stood here going, oh my god, this is so profound. Oh, I'll tell you what, I'll leave a link in the description to a picture. You have to look at this picture. Or I'll put it on the screen if I'm not a lazy cunt, but it's basically, in short, the picture is someone's like in a shitty public bathroom and there's a post on Reddit and it's just a bathroom tiles, very plain, boring, white, scabby tiles. He said, I'm peaking on 200 UG, life is so beautiful, and it's a picture of like some pissy bathroom. And that's what I'm saying is, it sounds crazy to you, do you not understand? And that's a very good example, is that this obviously does not look so profound to you, but it's actually really your level of, is it your level of consciousness? I don't know. It's hard, but you don't see the profundity of the mundane. There is no mundane. It's just like the default mode network trying to like use as least energy as possible. You ain't got the energy to be thinking about the profundity 24/7. Anyway, that's that. So yeah, I can't just, and it doesn't mean I'm good at communicating my experience either. So when you think I'm crazy, you got to understand that that is literally what the experience is. So it's not me that's crazy, it's the psychedelic experience that is crazy, and I'm just talking about it. So anyway, if you're looking at this video or this audio, then this will not be on the main channel, I don't believe. Doesn't really matter ultimately. I just wanted to have a bit of a talk and a reflection on what the fuck I actually plan to do with the channel. What direction do I see myself going in, just so I can hear my thoughts out loud. And there's something I'll be thinking about doing a lot more, is just doing a lot more of these direct contemplation videos in various different settings. I feel like doing them outside instead of doing them on the live stream all the time. I feel like it's better to get out here and have a talk, and maybe I can even do some longer ones. But yeah, I just thought it's a good way to contemplate just for me, and get some ideas across. And yeah, so what the fuck do I plan to do? And the reason why I say this in the first place, right? If you've been following me, you understand that I want to do something deeper. I don't want to just be, for example, Psych Substance. He does a good job and he has his place, and you need someone like him, to be fair. And it depends what you're looking for, but there is a level of depth that you can achieve and understand and teach. That's another thing. I want to be, look, at the end of the day, here's a very important fundamental point. Well, I was thinking earlier, I want to be a leader, but what I mean by that is not, I don't want to be a leader, I want to set an example. Because setting an amazing, profound example, you're being a leader already. I don't have to lead or preach. If I can just myself prove what everybody's capable of, therefore reinforcing the value of the psychedelics, because it's all good me preaching the profundity and the amazing necessity of the psychedelics, but if my life is in shambles, then why would you listen to me? And I find myself not listening to people who I don't see results from immediately. It's almost like, yeah, you have to kind of earn it, because people talk way too much. And this is what I was going to say a minute ago, right? So one fundamental thing in terms of moving forward in my channel, but my channel is ultimately me, because it's going to be something deeper. So me, myself, I must now start to embody various things. I am at square zero, I'm at square one, as they say. I have many things. I'm in the first world, and I have an amazing family, so I'm never really going to be at square zero. I have a safety net for now. But in terms of my mental state, it's all shambles, and I don't embody anything that I teach. And I literally don't, and that's what I've been meaning to say this for a while, is that I don't even really meditate at all these days. I barely do breath work. I smoke weed. I barely can really take care of myself. I can't really even hold a regular job at this point. I could go on, yeah, and I have made references in past live streams because I made various videos that I never released, but I was trying to convey to you my position at square one, or so it felt. It's that, and this is a depression sort of thing. So everything is fine. Nothing really externally shifted that I was a victim to. It was more of an internal blow to the mind, it felt like, through psychedelic abuse and awakenings, and there's various things, but essentially you get to a point, for me anyway, so this is going off a little bit, but it is relevant in terms of my own growth. But my own growth, obviously, if I can't be a strong individual myself, then my teachings don't really have any value. Why would you... I looked at my website, for example, it's very demo website at the minute. It says life coach, and I was like, how the fuck can I put there life coach with my name next to it when I'm literally have depression? Like, I don't have depression. I feel depressed as a result of my shit circumstances that I have created. And this is the thing, you need to start taking responsibility in your life. And look, I'm 19 at this point, and all the potential, I can either fuck it up or I can make something good. And either way, you're most likely going to see it unfold here on my channel. So what I mean is, I've seen how I've degraded recently in many ways. Like, I don't look nowhere near as healthy as I used to be. My diet has degraded, and that shit is painful, man. To throw away time and potential, to me, is... I can't fucking do that shit. And that's ultimately why I am... that's what I'm trying to do, because I want to do... I understand I'm no longer really a victim to the nihilism sort of paradigm, because everything is full of meaning. It's just something your mind proposes against something that you barely want to do. It's like, oh, why would I go fulfill my potential if nothing means anything anyway? Yeah, but you don't say that when you have what you want in front of you. You're not going to fucking have a zoot in front of you and go, there's no point or smoking a zoot or a nice dinner in front of you and you're starving, and just go, look, everything's full of meaning. You often have to actively try to deconstruct it with nihilism, but when you're not in that thinking stuff, you just go about your day and try to survive, and all of a sudden you're in a world full of meaning in your day-to-day. I don't know, look, I'm going off. So what was I saying? So I'm going to have to start embodying my own teachings. I feel like I was going to say something a minute ago. For fuck's sake, I basically forgot. This is why this video is not on the main channel, I guess. And I'll make an actual video in the future, or it will be on the main channel but unlisted. And I'll leave links to playlists below. I'm going to have to make a larger catalogue of this form of content, or put it on different channels, to be fair. Something like that. I don't see why not. Right. So, what's next? What's next for the channel anyway, content-wise, let's say? For now, I think the contemplations, raw videos, is where it's at. It's easy. You can build an audience off of it. It's the rawest way of communicating. I've built a good habit and way of doing these talks. And I think this is going to be the way forward for now, as I need to build foundations of my life. So before I even really start making any content, It depends how exactly I'm doing it. This is easy, which is good for me right now, because like I said, I'm at square -1 as it feels. And an idea that I was going to do before I started talking about this topic is I've been thinking about an idea, which is essentially the documentation of the rise from square one. And that would be because I don't know how I can convey to you exactly that I'm at square one. I don't particularly look at square one. I've got a job, I've got multiple homes I can stay at, and a rather large safety net, in a sense. So I'm not at square one. I'm not literally fucking homeless and starving. So really, when you say it's square one, that's just a load of shit. That doesn't really exist. It's all fucking relative. But in the sense of, I spend my day-to-day these days smoking weed, floating around, wasting the days, feeling depressed and feeling very unconscious. My behaviour very consistently is very destructive. I've been a massive victim to self-sabotage, which makes you cynical and bitter, and that's why I feel like I'm at square one. I have things around me, but it's internally you're at square one, because your mind feels corrupted and fragmented. And your motivation and desire to hold on to anything that you did used to care about, or your passion for almost barely anything, well, it's not like that. It's not 100%, but it's the mental state feels basically at square one. It has done for months. I mean, I'm okay now, but look, I'm not here to fucking be a therapist or whatever, and that's why I feel like this idea is a bit strange, because I'll literally just be but basically the idea of what I was going to be proposing is potentially, it hasn't got to have any value to anybody else, but if I literally map the progression from square one in the exact practical steps, like the exact actions that I just simply started taking A, B, C, because right now I'm in a complete state of inaction. Therefore, if I begin taking action 1, 2, 3 in the physical world, because I believe, like Andrew Tate started saying, which is the reason why I respect him and why his message can be very powerful, is that he says, your life isn't shit because you're depressed because your life is shit. So it's that approach, and I see how my happiness is dependent in a lot of ways on whether I'm creating actively on YouTube or working towards a vision. I love taking action every day, waking up the next day, alright, what can I do? Action, action, action. And that's something that hopefully maybe I can report. So, will I do that? Should I talk about this a bit more? Look, it's just a general talk, so I'm sorry if it's shit, but this is what I was saying. You ain't got to fucking watch them. But, so, that's it. What is the exact action steps? Does the potential of yourself, not blow you away? What you could do? Don't be a victim to your past. What you could do is amazing, and you could be a huge inspiration, and that's what's the most amazing to me, is because everyone literally gives it 0%. But if you simply started giving it 100%, or as much as you could, but it takes a long time to really accept that call. And this is what that is of the hero's journey. It's like, will you accept the call to finally cut the bullshit out? To finally flip that construct of a switch that you have in your mind, that you'll finally cut out all the bullshit one day. As if one day you'll be on the ball and you'll know exactly what you've got to do, and the mental clarity would be like just how it used to be. That's a little notion I have in my mind, in a sense. Right, I have still got a lot of time. So, yeah. I mean, those are some ideas anyway. So, but I've actually got to start taking action, really. So, today is one of the first days that I've emerged out of a multi-day streak of unconscious weed smoking, day wasting, forgettable days, health destroying, depression shit. I literally just started crying one like the other day because I was just sat in the car driving around and I was just like, it's the same routine and I don't want this routine. I know there's more for me out here. Why am I going around this stupid system like such a twat? I can't fucking drive around like a dickhead anymore. This place is so fucked. I don't understand how people don't see it. It's like, I don't know. It just depends. I guess it just depends what you literally see. It's not your choice. I don't know. Right. So yeah, what else is there to do on the channel? So yeah, I believe I'm going to be making more easy contemplation videos for the most part. I don't want to invest a super awful lot of nitty gritty, skillful, technical bullshit with the editing and the music production or whatever I want to be pursuing, because there's other areas I need to really focus on my actual life at the minute. So that's why I've slowed down with this content and it's become a lot lighter, because I need room to breathe. And this is why I've done much longer videos and live streams recently, is so I can just convey the raw ideas as they just roll off my tongue before I mysteriously drop dead, so that I can just get them out there at least without having to fuck around slowly with the editing. So that's it. I think for now I'm just going to chat shit, and I'll try and there'll be spontaneous videos on a whim for the most part, but as I evolve I'm going to make them much more structured, and I will be stealing actualize.org's format for the most part, and I'll be building off of it, and then in the future I'll branch off into my more own diverse ways of doing things. But if you take the not even just actualize.org, but I just want a solid, powerful, deep personal development and spiritual channel in a sense, but I know I want more than that as well. That's the thing. It's because that's what I want, and I want to build a community, but I know there's more than that, because we're getting to a point in terms of the mass awakening and stuff where it seems like the next step is to really take action. And this is why I always have in the description, please help me build, because if you're going to follow what I'm going to say here, and as it evolves over the years and gets deeper and gets into more actual practical action steps in a sense, or who knows what the fuck we could do, man, because your grandparents' world is nothing like the world of today, and that's going to remain the case. This place is impermanent, the hierarchical system will shift and evolve, and there has to be awake, conscious people at the front, because there are different levels of consciousness, and if us as individuals can develop ourselves and master our psychology and our emotions and the whole list of the endless potential of a human being, because the potential of a human is infinite, mate. You know how many numbers that guy remembered of pi, the digits of pi? I don't remember how many it was, but it's absurd. The limits of a human, nobody told you what the limits of consciousness or a human is. Nobody really told you what the limit of reality is. Ever notice that basically everything exists in a way? I don't know. That's why I say follow me on other platforms, and it's not just, look, the internet as a whole is no place to have my presence. It's a very useful tool, but this is what I need the eyes, and then when people catch on to my vision, and if you know what the vision is, as in for the progression of society as a whole, then I don't need to tell you. And if you don't get it yet, then maybe investigate a little bit more into the many things that I refer to and connect the dots throughout my channel. So I need to get away from the internet in a way, so I need to build a following, right? But then also a lot of my work, I want to solidify other people's work, such as Actualize, because you need to preserve these ideas and spread them through different cultures in a way. It depends, but it really depends. Oh god. But this is what I'm saying about this is the future for my channel, is this isn't just another YouTube channel, and this is what I was saying at the beginning. I don't want it to just be another YouTube channel, because I understand the profundity and infinite depth of life. So I can harness that, and it can be something very special, and I've seen very special examples of such profound, moving stuff, and ultimately I want to add to this picture, because there are some individuals that are so powerful in what they've done, that there are literally some individuals, and you know them, and they've changed the whole trajectory of your entire life, and there's other individuals, or maybe the same, that have changed the trajectory of the whole fucking culture. There's some people that are incredibly powerful, man, and they can reach, like, think about how quick Andrew Tate took over. Jordan Peterson, he's fucking massive. I consume a lot of the digital side of things, so, but I see these tools are so powerful, and actualize.org completely transformed my life, can transform so many people, and this is a collective consciousness evolution, and if we can make these ideas more solid in a way, I don't know what else to do for now, but hopefully you can see that I give a fuck, and I care for my longevity only for that I can work on the universe's behalf to create profundity and add to it, all of it, because you can add to it, you can participate in the process of being and creation and joy. So I may have to take a break from psychedelics, which is very unfortunate, but we'll see. Anyway, I think I've said what I need to say. Hopefully you understand to an extent. I don't know if that made any sense, but that's it. I just I got visions. There's stuff I want to do, and if you know what I mean, you know what I mean. It's only because I've seen the potential out there. Now I've gone, right, now it's obviously been passed to me, in a sense. As individuals, we've got to take action. We've got to, what Jordan Peterson says, is that there's a reason to grow up, and it's not just to grow up for, it's that you have something to give. We all have gifts that we can blossom if we just get our machine right and go within if you want to, or go without. And there's go within or go without. That's funny. That's a good, I didn't mean to say that, but I mean, go without as in you lose out. That should be my fucking motto. Awesome. I always say go within, and everyone looks at me like, ooh, go within. Bro, people don't understand the within. Like, everyone lives externally. Like, they wake, it's like there's nothing in here. I don't get it. Maybe there isn't. Okay, that's it. Enough said. Now I've got to start taking more action, and hopefully if I start taking action, yeah, I'll build this sort of map of the exact action that I took, how I done it, in a linear path, and then maybe that will be of value. I want to provide massive value to the world in many ways. I feel like it's a massive opportunity for myself to grow, and in general, I want to be a diverse character, with a whole host of things to present, and to teach you if you want to listen, or whatever. People are so fucking boring these days, and I don't want to be that. So I want to create something of crazy value for my own fucking character as well, just so I can, but just in general, because I can make a ripple through space-time, and I can bend it, and I know I can, with my ideas and all sorts. You can manifest physical and experiential things through your mind, and I know awakening is very deep, and that's another thing as well. I'm just gonna, my videos are very much fueled off awakenings, psychedelic induced for the most part, and when the awakenings come, then videos spontaneously come with those awakenings. So in a sense, I've just got to have awakenings more, and then the videos will just come naturally with that. So that's another thing as well, and my whole channel was actually a manifestation of the psychedelics, because my first video would not exist if I didn't take the 4 grams that night, if I didn't have the realization that I had when I took them 4 grams, then I would never have picked up the camera, right there and then as I had the experience, and reported on it, therefore uploading my first video, therefore making my channel. And then the same with my next video, and the same for the most part. So that's the thing, the psychedelics just like give me content, and I just have to like be the middleman and just like let things roll off my tongue while my body is fucking raging with psilocybin. That is my work. Alright, that's it. Sound.